I'm John and I'm the host of Ace Prepper. Today we're going to be looking at a brand new product, the Goal Zero Yeti 3000x. I'm one of the first people to get it, so I just want to show you guys what it looks like straight from the box. I'm going to plug it in, do some quick demonstrations, compare it to some other Goal Zero Yeti models. And so if you guys have any questions, write some stuff in the comments. If you find this helpful or if you enjoy my channel, be sure to click to subscribe or the like buttons there. And so let's dive into it. So today, a few hours ago, I was delivered the Yeti, Goal Zero Yeti 3000x. Let's see what's inside of it. So this is the Goal Zero 3000x. Be quick here. So I was pleased by the packaging. I was worried, this is like a 70 pounds generator, so I was worried that the packaging was not gonna hold up. I've received a number of items from other companies that were all dented up. So let's see how this held up here. So far the box looks pretty good. Got some good packaging in there. You don't want to order something like this and it shows up all dented. Got our product manual there. Let's see what we got here. All right, I'm gonna pull this out for you guys. All right, here we go. So this is the Yeti 3000x. We just prop it up in this. See if it's gonna hold for us. Strong enough. Seems pretty sturdy. Put it up here on this table. This out here. It came with the cart so that you can wheel the thing around. I mean, it is 70 pounds. You see, I'm able to still lift it up. I mean, it's a little bit of work. It's not super duper heavy. All right, so here we go. Turn this around. See it. There we go, first unveiling, Yeti 3000x. It's actually turned on, at least the information window is. So let's see what it looks like here. It says it showed up with 64% battery charge. So I'm pleased with that because it gives me a chance to show what it looks like when we actually charge it. You can see in the background I have a Goal Zero 200 Boulder briefcase solar charger. I've already picked it up. Looks like their son's running away, but I've got a 30-foot cable, which is the max that they say that you can use. Connected two 15-foot cables. Let's plug it up. I mean, literally, I just put it out of the box. 64% charge. We're gonna charge it, plug it into the input. I mean, it's very clearly labeled. Red to red. Pops right in there. Immediately gets charging. I don't know if you guys can see this, but we're at 39 watts. So this is optimized charging, by the way. So 39 watts. This is a Boulder 200. I didn't even position it in the sun. Looks like the sun's coming that way. So immediately we're getting 39, 40 watts. Looks like it's kind of hovering around there. So straight out of the box, I mean, like 2 minutes into this, we're already charging. Ready to go. So it gives you all the information tabs here. You can put it in amps, you can put it in watts. It's going to tell you how many hours to full. At this rate, it's going to be 30 hours until it's full, which is fine. I actually don't even have the solar panel directly into the sun. So let me just kind of compare this a little bit to, I actually have, seems to be consistent at 39 watts. I actually have a Goal Zero 1400. Not the newer model, the older models. It doesn't have the optimized charging. Let's see what that looks like, how fast that is when it charges it. This is pretty much half the weight as that one. Let's charge this one. Same charger, same 200 watts there. Let's plug it in. See what we get here. This was at 97%. I like to keep them around 100 to, I don't usually let them go below 80%. Keep them charged for hurricanes and what may come. So let's see how much input this is taking up here. Taking in, I guess. So without the optimized charging, it's at 27, 28, 29 watts per hour there. So that's probably gonna be about right. Actually, so without the optimized charging, but that comes standard on the Yeti X's, you're going to get a reduction there. So they include that this time. I actually purchased an additional charger here, the BPT charger. So I guess I could compare it, but that'd be compare apples to apples. So there you go. That's a Yeti 3000x. You can see I was able to lift it up. It comes ready to go. As I was feeling around here, and it looks like that is actually, the cart is actually screwed into it. I thought you may be able to separate the cart, but it's actually screwed in. It was fine, you can unscrew it if you want to. So I'm gonna give some demonstrations, kind of show you guys like how much it can charge. We're gonna plug it into a sump pump, gonna plug it into a regular size fridge. We're gonna plug it into a couple of Dometic fridges. We're gonna pump it into, or plug it into an infrared cooker. Some of the basic things you might be using in a power outage. All right, so we're gonna look at a real world example here. What can this Yeti 3000X actually run if there were a hurricane or power outage or any other disaster that may come? So I have behind me a couple fridges here. They're the Dometic CFX3 series. They're the 100. And so we bought these recently a number of months ago, and we've been super satisfied with them. You can use them either as fridges or freezers. I'm going to be doing a series on these pretty soon, but so I have these two chest freezers, deep freezers, plugged up to this Yeti 3000X, and I just want to prove to you that it can actually run these things, but it can run them actually for a long time. So I actually have these plugged into the DC output. They can either run off of the AC or DC, but these particular deep freezers can run on the DC, which is a whole lot more efficient. And so they're actually running, when the compressor is not on, two different deep freezers are only running at 4 watts. And this thing has 3,000 watts, so it's going to last for a long time. But when the compressor comes on, they run about 60 watts per freezer, so two of them is going to be 120 watts. So basically, to kind of do the math, this Yeti 3000X can run these two deep freezers for 60 hours. And of course you can recharge it during that time, and the cool thing about these is you can recharge them while you're using them, so you can do that at the same time. Now these deep freezers are super important. We have our meat in one of them, and we have our breast milk and ice cream in the other, so extremely important. My wife told me, she said, when you're looking for a generator, find a generator that can keep my breast milk cold during the power outage. And we actually, a couple weeks ago, we had a power outage. A lot of our friends, it took them 2 weeks to get their power back. So this is extremely important. This Yeti 3000X is powered our two deep freezers. It's going to keep them going for 60 hours. So now we're going to move on. We're going to look at a bigger freezer. One of them that has a freezer on top and a fridge on the bottom, kind of like most of you have in your house. We're going to see how long it can run that as well. All right. So now we're going to look at the Yeti 3000X powering a normal size fridge, just to kind of prove it's on. Kind of see the lights there. I'll back out of the way. So it is on. It says a fridge, a freezer. It's kind of what a lot of people have in their basement, or some people have in their upstairs kitchen. This Yeti 3000X is powering it right now. I don't know if you can read the numbers, but it's at 88 watts is what is outputting there. And that's what it takes to run this fridge slash freezer. Now, it doesn't, the compressor and fridges, they don't run 24/7. They actually, once they get the temperature that it needs, the compressor turns off. So this right here at 88 watts is going to run around 60 hours again. So this Yeti 3000X is going to power this fridge right here for about 60 hours. And again, you can recharge it, you can hook it up to solar panels while you're running it as well. So now we're going to take a look at a sump pump and see how long it can run that. All right, so we're going to run a live sump pump demonstration here to see if the Yeti 3000X can run my particular sump pump. My house has a French drain, and if it floods, all of the water goes into the French drains and then drain into my sump pump. So it's extremely important that my sump pump pumps the water up out of my basement. And so what I'm going to do is put a bucket of water in my sump pump and see how many wattage this thing, and see if it can handle it. So right now it's at 3 watts. It's not doing anything. But once it starts to pump, the wattage will definitely go up. So let's see how many wattage. See if this thing can handle it. There we go. All right, it's running it. Super exciting. it's only at 4 watts output. Wow. All right, so this thing, you know, if it has 3,000 watts, it's going to run it at indefinitely. Now the sump pump is going to fill up with water and then run for, you heard it, a few seconds, and then it'll fill up with water and run a few seconds. So it's not going to be running 24/7. So this Yeti 3000x can definitely handle, it looks like it went up to about 5 watts. It can definitely handle a sump pump, and this, so that's a good demonstration there. All right, so we're going to close out this review by just taking a quick look at a couple more electronic appliances that you can plug into your Yeti 3000x. Here I have a few things I just want to share with you. First one, let's plug it in real quick. This is an electric water kettle. It goes up, it requires about 1,500 watts to get this thing. So we're going to turn it on. I'm going to turn it to boiling and hit start. And you're going to immediately see this thing crank on. You can hear the fan coming on, and you can see that it's taking 1,360 watts to turn this electric water kettle on. The cool thing about this is it will boil water in, I don't know, a minute or two. I tried this a couple times here. And so it is using 1,400 watts. So this Yeti 3000X can handle a electric water kettle, which is good for pouring water into your freeze-dried food or boiling water. There you go. And although it's using 1,360 watts, it doesn't take but about a minute or two to boil the water. So you're good to go on that. Let me go ahead and cut that off. You can hear that fan cutting on. Let's cut that off here. And so let me do a next experiment. Some people wonder, like, can I cook on a Yeti 3000X or some of the other Yetis? Well, let's see. Here's an infrared cooker, which is highly efficient. One of the most efficient cookers out there besides induction. There's always like this competition there between the two, infrared and induction. This one is 1,200 watts up on high. This infrared cooker, this is a Cuisinart. So as you can see, it's reading a little over 1,000 watts to turn that on. It is on high. So there you go, nice and hot there. So you could run that, although it is 1,000 watts, I guess you could run it for 3 hours, but you're not really gonna cook food for 3 hours there. So the last thing I wanted to show you guys is this really cool feature that comes with the new 3000X. I actually have behind me the 1400, the Yeti 1400. That's an older model, the one that came before the X's. And it actually, to charge it, let me charge it in here, plug it in the wall charger. And you just plug it in here, the input, and this is how you can charge it. And it'll input at about 60 watts or so, 60 watts per hour. It's kind of slow, actually. So if you're trying to charge it at the same time that you have something plugged into it, if it's over 60 watts, then your battery's eventually going to run out, right? So it hovers around 60 watts, the input from the wall charger. Now the cool thing about this is, let me plug this in. This is how you charge it. You plug the red to red, plug it into Anderson. Then you plug it up. Move this out of the way. All right, now you're going to see something totally different than the Yeti 1400. And the new X's, the wall chargers, they actually charge at around 200 and, let's see what it goes up to, around 230 watts input. So the old ones, they can charge at 60 watts per hour from the wall plug. The Yeti X's can charge at 230 watts per hour, which means you're going to charge it a whole lot faster. It's just going to do it all around better. So I will warn you though, and it warns you as well. It says caution, gets hot. The first time I was charging this, I had put it on a Mission Darkness bag there, an EMP bag, and it got so hot I almost melted the bag. So it does get hot. They do warn you about that, but definitely keep it out in the open. Don't put it on any vinyl or plastic or anything like that while you're charging it. Okay, so let me kind of wrap this up and share why did I go with the Yeti 3000X. They do have a Yeti 6000X that's coming out pretty soon. The problem with the 6000X, that for me at least, is that it's about 120 pounds. I don't know the exact weight, but that's kind of heavy. I could probably pick that up. But the Yeti 3000X is around 70 pounds. So I ended up buying two Yeti 3000Xs instead of one 6000X. And also if one breaks, then I have a backup. Also something to consider, Goal Zero does sell additional batteries. You can chain these batteries. You can chain these generators to additional batteries. You have to buy all of these cables and all this, but you can still do it. But currently they only sell lead acid batteries, and I just don't like those. They're not good for the environment. They also have some memory issues. I did contact Goal Zero and ask them, are you guys working on lithium ion batteries for additional batteries to chain to these things? And they said that they are. So I don't speak for the company, but somebody there on the phone told me that they are developing those. So I'll probably be purchasing those down the road so that I can add additional wattage. Right now it's 3,000. I could add some additional batteries, make it 6,000 if I want. And so, yeah, those are some of my thoughts about it. It's been overall pretty good. I did want to share one really cool thing. I searched for discounts everywhere. I couldn't find a discount, but I did happen to find that if you call Goal Zero and you order over the phone, you get a 5% discount. So I don't get a kickback or anything. I'm just telling you guys. Also, if you buy a Goal Zero Yeti system and you buy solar panels with them, you get a 5% discount. Now, I went ahead and asked the question to the guys on the phone while I'm talking to them, can I combine those and get a 10% discount? They were able to do that for me. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that for everybody, but so you definitely get a 5% discount if you order through Goal Zero over the phone. You get a 5% discount if you buy one of these and some solar panels, like a combination. And then go ahead and ask them a question to see if you can get a 10% discount. I was able to do that, and hopefully you will be too. So I just want to say that's a good product. If you guys have any questions, just like type them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoy this, if this is informational, if this helped you out. And look forward to doing more review products on other Goal Zero products, but also other products for prepping. I'm John with Ace Prepper, and I'll talk to you guys later.